I am back. I have a mess around me, so excuse me for a second. Excuse my arm there. You're going to see little bits of glitter probably all over the place. It's kind of a mess around here. So, make sure I'm going here. I am. So I wanted to just show you a simple little project today, because if you haven't learned by now, I love simple projects. So I have a tag. This is called a tag, Kim, from the Dollar Tree that I've just painted. It's just, I sanded all the glitter off of it. It was, I don't know if I have another one sitting right here. I don't know where I put it. I bought a bunch of them because for $1, it's a simple little surface. But it's just, it was I think it said home for the holidays or something on it. It had a truck, I think. So I sanded off the glitter and then painted with just white chalk paint over to give me a clean surface. So what I'm going to do today is I'm gonna make it cute now. Go lay down, Ro. So this is our mini buffalo transfer, and it is huge. You can see I've used it on some other things already, and it needs to be washed, and it just does. Some people like to cut theirs and use them, you know, piece them out, cut them in quarters or whatever. I like to leave mine whole, and then what I do is I will just leave it on its backer. So I'm going to take this side that hasn't been used yet, not where I need to clean it, and I'm going to fuzz this a little bit. Actually, this is pretty good. This one isn't too bad. And then I'm going to take my tag, and I'm going to lay it on here. And then lay, that's a little further than I want it to be. Lay it on here. And I'm going to do the top part of this tag in the mini buffalo plaid. So I just lay it on there. Smooth out any, it looks pretty straight. You can kind of get a general idea because the plaid is squares. How it all, I'm trying to find a squeegee, how it all lines up. So then I just take my squeegee and press out as many bubbles as I can. My animals are insane today, so if anybody comes through crazy, I apologize, but they're just crazy today. So I'm going to take my black and just go across this top part with my black chalk paste. Just going to squeegee it on, just lightly press. I've got a lot on here. Let's see if we can, oh, my light is like flickering. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, that's not going to work very well. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, but for me, it's rather annoying. So let's see if it stops. Sometimes it will. I don't know what its deal is. It's old. It's just an old little cheapy desk lamp. And I think it's time for it to retire. Okay, so there is that. And then I'm going to just lift this up. See, my cats are going crazy. And there is my buffalo plaid. So I'll lay that back down. Look at how many more times I could use that without having to wash it. Isn't that fabulous? So I have to tell you, I never ever worry about these little, let me make sure that that's where I want it to be. Hold on. Yes. These little darker spots and stuff. The thing I like about buffalo plaid is I like that it's kind of rustic-y looking, or distressed rather. So those little bits don't bother me. So if they bother you, you know, we can work with that. I tend to go more than one direction when I'm applying my paste, and that's really the key. You need to not go, especially with these little diagonal lines, you need to not go against them. If you go with them, then you won't get a lot of that stuff. And I don't care. I like it. however it comes out. Okay, so then we're going to use this Joy to the World transfer, and then it has a wreath for the O. So I'm going to take off the Joy, and it's gonna go right here. And then we'll go ahead and do To the World, since it's gonna be the same color. And it's gonna go right. I'm gonna move it up just a little bit. Make sure it's centered and straight. Let's look at that. Maybe not quite so. There we go. Maybe that's better. Let's see. You're probably going, not quite. Hard. See, I'm trying to not totally rely on the edge of the silk screen, and that's hard to do sometimes. But this is on the bottom. The silk screen should be square on the bottom. So let's try this again. Let's start over. And we're also assuming that this little surface from the Dollar Tree is square. So, okay, that looks pretty good. We're gonna go with it. So I'm gonna press this down, and I'm gonna go back with my black again. And go over my words. And apparently my finger while I'm at it. I'm such a mess. I'm gonna have to find a baby wipe in a minute and clean myself up, because I'm kind of a train wreck today apparently. My cats are going crazy. It's gotta be the weather. It's very cool and windy, and it's weird. It's been affecting the dog, and now it seems to be affecting the cats. I don't know. They're just being weird. Joy to the World. I love this transfer. This was one of the very first ones I ever got, and I've done a lot with it because I just think it is so pretty. So we'll lift the Joy up. Oh, I love it. I do. I know, you guys probably get tired of hearing me say that all the time, but I really do. I love this stuff. I just love it because, let's see, where did I put my baby wipes? I was organizing in here last night, and that's not always a good thing. Because I put things in special places, and then I forget where that special place might be. That's not the special place. Let's see. No, that's not the special place. There's the special place. So anyways, I love this stuff though, because, you know, I can't draw. I can't do things like that. I can't do the hand lettering on my own. And so this just gives me the opportunity. Oh my gosh. My cats are nuts. Gives me the opportunity to make pretty things that I like, and doing it pretty easily. But I just love how it turns out. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dry this real quick, and I will be back in just a second. Okay, so this is all dry. So mainly I was worried about these two, because I'm gonna put my wreath down now, and I do not want to lift up any of my lettering. So here's my little wreath. It is going to become my O. So we're going to just do the same thing. This one is called Garden Herb, this green. So I'm going to just squeegee this on and create my O. There's my, oh my gosh. I know, here I go again. I just love it. And I love wreaths. So this is just perfect for me. I love the crisp lines, and I love the wreaths. So, okay, I'm gonna dry this, and then we will proceed with the next layer of the, Okay, now it is time to add our berries to this cute little wreath. I just kind of try to, this one is kind of funny. It doesn't have any registration marks to line it up, so I just kind of play with it. Rosie, are you being good? Kind of. I just kind of play with it and try to get, maybe it goes this way. I don't know. I don't know if it really matters. I just kind of make it work. Try to center it as much as I can. I mean, they're cute little berries. However they end up on there, they're going to be fine. Oops, except it's sticking to my finger. Okay, we're going with it. It's not going to look bad, that's for sure. So, put our little red berries on here. You can see this transfer is well loved. I can't even tell you how many uses I've gotten out of this. Gosh, at least 10, at least minimum. I did a lot with it last Christmas. Just shows. Oh, it's a little offset, but that's okay. I might go back and do another set, but I think it's okay. We're gonna go with it. Remember, it's handmade, and that's what I always say. If you wanted it to be 100% perfect, you'd buy it at the store that had a computer and a machine had produced it. So, you know what? It's beautiful. So I am going to let this dry for a minute. I'm going to get my paste cleaned up, and then we're going to come back and finish the top of it. So I shall return. Okay, so I have pulled out just my twine. It's kind of in a mess, but it's getting down to the end. Some plaid ribbon, and then one of these picks that I got. I think this one came from the Dollar Tree. So, and I've turned my hot glue gun on. So, first thing we're going to do is put our hanger on our tag. And I really like to use this twine because it's just so neutral and versatile, and it just goes with anything. So, I like to take, I don't know, a good sized strand, more than I'm going to need. And this stuff is so cheap. I get 3 rolls of it at the Dollar Tree for $1. So I like to cut it and double it. I like it to be several strands, and then feed it through, and then just like that. Okay, did I stay? Yep, kind of. If I've been offset the whole time, I'm really sorry. Okay, and then I'll take this and just tie it in a knot. And you can adjust it to however long you want it to be. Trim the end off. So then, I'm going to just do a very simple bow. I'm going to set this to the side for just a second and work on my bow here. I'm going to cut a little piece of twine. I don't know, 10 inches-ish. 10 inches-ish. And then take my ribbon. And what I'm going to do is I like to kind of decide how long I want my, let's see, which is the front, which is the back. I guess this ribbon doesn't matter. Okay, I'll decide kind of how long I want my tails to be. I make like a crossover here. I don't know what you'd call it. And then fold this in and scrunch this up in the middle. And then it's a perfect little bow. And then I tie a knot around it. So it's just a super simple, just cute bow. It's not anything massive and crazy. And then sometimes, look at this all tight. Let me cut this off because that might be part of my difficulty here. It probably is. So tie this tight, and then a second knot. And then sometimes what I think was the front is actually going to be the back, and this is going to be the front. So then I like to give it kind of a little center sometimes. So I'll just wrap this extra piece of twine around. Let's see, looks a little stacked. Let's spread it out a little bit. And then I'm going to tie this off again in the back. saving some tails, because then I will bring this back over, and you can either tie this on or you can hot glue it. Maybe I'll hot glue this one just for some stability. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll hot glue this one on, because sometimes if you don't have a little dab there, it'll kind of lift up and down, and you don't want it moving around a ton. So that's what we'll do. We're gonna hope that this is all ready. Might need a minute. Oh, no, it's good. I need to find another glue stick. Stick that right on there. Grab some more glue while I'm here. And then we're going to see if I want to use this. Do I want to use that? Hold on, I got to look at it. We're going to go for it. Maybe we're not. I can't decide. Do I want that there? Is that too much? Let me look and see if I have a different pick. That's kind of big for that. Let me see what else I have over here. No. You know, I think we're going to go without a pick on this one, because I don't have, these are so big. I think I'm not going to, because I don't want to take away from the sign. So I'll show you a different trick that I do. So we're going to go ahead and dovetail. I almost cut it backwards. The ends of the bow and kind of shape it a little bit. I just give it a little bit of a curl, a little bit, and then we're going to take, I might have already showed you guys this, but I like to do this sometimes just because I'm all about, as I've said, texture and dimension. So I'm going to just take this twine and wrap it around my fingers. I don't know, a few times. I probably have to 7-ish. Okay. And then I'm going to cut a good sized piece of twine. And I still have chalk paint all over my hands. So then I squish this. Well, I don't squish it, but I fold it in half like this. Okay, so those are my loops that I've now squeezed together. And I'm going to take this twine that I've doubled. It's probably a 24-inch piece of twine. And I'm going to just tie, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here just because I've got so many things going on, but I'm just tying it around these loops of twine. I'm just tying it in a knot. Okay, and then I'm going to tie it again just for security. Okay, and then these, and then I'm going to pull, this one was on top, I'm going to pull that down, and those are going to be my, actually I'll pull it the other way, to the other side. Those are going to be my bowstrings. And they should relax a little bit as it hangs. So then I'll stick that on there. And I may, if I get another pick, it's a little more simple, I may go back and add it. I may add a little something right here. Oh, that was hot glue. Don't stick your finger in the hot glue when it's still hot. How about that? That's a really good lesson, isn't it? Oh boy, leave it to me. So, I am going to squish this down for just a second while it finishes drying. The only thing with twine is it leaves little bits of fibers all over the place. So then, gosh, I think I really want to pick. I'm looking around to see what I have. I have hot glue strings everywhere. That's what I have. And I have chalk paste all over my hands still. Let's see. Maybe we cut this apart. Let's just see what happens. Let's go for it and see. We can play with things. It's only a pick from the Dollar Tree. It's not that big of a deal. And if I don't use it on this, I'll use it on something else. So I'm going to just kind of dismantle this. Maybe maybe I am. There we go. I had at one point, oh wait, hold on. Let's dig into my stash and see what we want to do here. Maybe this is what we want to do. I got this. Maybe that's exactly what I want. That's it. So I didn't need to start dismantling this, but that's okay because I can use it in something else. Okay, back to this plan. I'm glad I did this though. I like that. So this is a piece that actually I cut off of a wreath form or something. I used this in my video last week when I did the swag on top of that frame, the board that has the, what saying was it? Oh, one child, one star, one night. So this is just another piece of that. So it shows you how far you can take some of your scraps. So don't get, I am a really, really good one to listen to. Don't get rid of your scraps because you might need them again someday. Oh boy, I'm really good at that. Okay, so we're gonna put a little hot glue on the berries and pop these in here. Oh yeah, I like this a lot better. I didn't want that big, huge swag. It's pretty, but it's not the right thing for this. Hold on, just making sure it's not a kid texting me or anything. We're safe for a little while. It's almost time to go pick one up. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, I love it. So there is a super simple, cute tag that is made very inexpensively. So a Dollar Tree board, a piece probably 18 to 24 inches of whatever ribbon you have on hand, and then your transfers, and just twine and scraps of whatever you have laying around, or a pick from the Dollar Tree that you've dismantled or found a different one that's more size appropriate. So super duper simple and very, very cute. Only thing I'm wondering, do I put something down here? See, I get going on things and then I change my, I add. Hold on, let's, you know me, very, very, very indecisive. So since I thought we were already done, we're gonna take one more time. We're gonna do one more little thing. Let's see if I can keep this in the shot now that this is all put together. So we're gonna take this, I gotta stand up. And we're gonna go right there. Just 2 rows. And let me grab, I already put my chalk paste away, so hold on, let me grab it out. Are you hiding, Rosie? You never know what Mom's gonna do. Oops, I just moved it. I gotta put it back. Okay, we'll try this again. Right there. Okay. Can you see what I'm doing? I think you can. Yeah, you know, always got to change it. Make it better, and you know, that bigger, better, more is better kind of attitude that I always seem to have. I already know that there are some bubbles in this, so I'm going to have some areas where it's not going to be perfect, and I'm totally okay with that. I'm very much okay with that. So, but I'm trying not to make it too much worse. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, I love it. I do. And see, like I said, I knew I was going to have some bubbles in it, and I'm really okay with that. So, I'm done. But you can see, if you watched me, you saw that I went in more than one direction. So I knew that that was going to happen. But once again, I'm very okay with it. So, anyways, once again, thank you for joining me in my craziness and my spontaneity. because who knows? You never know what I'll change or do while we're working on something. So I will, as usual, take some pictures of this so you can see the finished product in full. And thanks for joining me today. It was a fun, quick little project. So I'm glad you stopped by. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and let your friends know, because I'm really trying to build my YouTube channel. So, and I love to do these things. So I would love to have more people watching. All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.